Yo, I'ma get right back to it. I need to go ahead and maybe drink some more fluids. I'm kind of going over a cold. Getting over a cold. Yes, I'm getting old too. And you can hear it deep in my baritone. And you can see knock knock, yeah, the king is home. I'm still freestyling wildin' out. And if you really don't know, you about to go ahead and find out. We got Quiz and he's heading on business. And I got Jess on my side, yes, she be the witness. If we just rolling and we dipping. And you can see right now, you can put me in that new position. I can go ahead and still kick it, even if I'm sick. And if you don't like it, then yo, this is it. You can exit stage left, because we don't want you neither. And right now, the boys about to go and spit ether. What's good, yo? What's good? Welcome back to Drive Your Free Spit. I'm your boy Third Degree. We got Quiz, we got Jess. How y'all doing?
What's going on, my beautiful people?
Oh man, I'm here. How about you?
Man, you know the routine. But we out here getting it done by any means necessary.
By any means necessary.
That part. Why they trying to kill us out here in Atlanta. I don't know what's going on.
They give us the ghetto report, man. What's going on?
And every damn thing. Chemical fires, ports shut down, gas leaks, hurricanes, all in a matter of 5 days. You know what I mean?
Dang.
I don't know what they got going on out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Man, you surviving it though. They've been putting us through everything, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm a little under the weather too, but we gonna get right to it.
Me and Quez are both underneath the weather, but as you can see, our level of commitment is here. Rain, hail, sleet, or snow. You know what I'm saying? We here. Mm-hmm. You just gonna have to deal with the sexy baritone. You know what I'm saying? You have to deal with that just a little bit. It's a little raspy. You know what I'm saying? Like, got my radio voice going.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man.
How you doing, Jess?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Healthy up here, huh?
Yes, I am.
Fuck you too.
She's like a mutant, man. Like, I remember that time, like one time I was sick. I'm like afraid to give her a kiss. She's like, I don't get sick. And I'm like, yeah, right. She stayed by me for like 4 days straight, did not catch a single like cough or sniffle. I'm like, how the hell? This girl got mutant blood.
Hey, man,
we need healthy.
Man, Bush, I'm not going for that.
Yes, right, Alexander. What's up? Shout out to all the Facebook people. If you're on Facebook, hit the like, share button. If you're on YouTube, love you, YouTube folks. Sorry that I haven't been posting up my shorts and I haven't been as active. Your boy, like his phone was tripping. I finally got a new one, but I haven't set up the new one yet. I still got my little burner one going. So give me some time. Sometime this weekend, I'm gonna have some time to get that all set back up, and I'm gonna give y'all some great content because now I'm a certified content creator.
Man, certified by the board.
Right.
By the board.
What's up, Consuelo? How you doing?
What's up, Miss Consuelo?
Thank you to all the YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Make sure you're sharing this out with your people. You're subscribing. You're hitting the notification button. But more importantly, you share it with your YouTube, with your Facebook people, your Twitter people, Instagram. Let's get this out. Let's continue to get this out. I appreciate all the love.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Let's go ahead and you know what we do around here. It's time to get a little bit ratchet. Hey, you held it down too last week. You held it down.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man.
All right, but
let's get ratchet.
The 3R is back. Let's go.
It's your boy Third Degree, and I'm back with more ratchet news.
What's good, y'all? Third Degree. And shout out to the homie Quez for holding it down with ratchet news, but your boy is back. So forgive me, hey, my voice is still a little underneath the weather, you know what I mean? And my phone's a little busted, so it's going to sound really ratchet from time to time. But hey, that's the whole purpose. It's ratchet news, all right? So let's get into it. I repeated John Amos. You guys don't know him. He was on Roots, Coming to America. and most famously Good Times. You know, he died sometime in August, and it was crazy because we just found out about it a couple of days ago, but this is what's been said. It's being reported that John Amos's final wish was to delay his death announcement to avoid daughter turning into a circus, according to his rep. I don't know how true that is. There's been an ongoing spat between the siblings, between the son and the daughter, especially in regards to him. I don't know what's true, what's not true, but I hope they work it out. We lost the legend. It's just sad to see, you know. But first him, then James Earl Jones. So it's just really sad. So R.I.P. and condolences to his family. Coming to America, Kings and Queens of Zamunda. All right, but moving on. Brian wants to testify. He says, I think he's very eager to tell his side of the story, aka this dude's about to start singing like a canary. But moving on. Tupac's family hires an attorney to investigate Diddy's alleged ties to 1996 murder. It sounds like they may have something there. I don't know how you're going to be able to prove that, especially with there's no paper trail, but I don't know. We shall stay tuned. As a matter of fact, we might have a special Drop Your 3 Cent when we talk about this case. You know what I mean? But we'll talk about it. Moving on. For Atlanta's top veneer specialist, it looks like he won't be taking a bite out of freedom anytime soon. Moving on. Cases. The Menendez brothers are getting a new court hearing this November. I guess there's been some new evidence that may point to some type of abuse by the father that may grant their freedom. And Kim Kardashian is the loudest one screaming for them to be free. So stay tuned and we will keep you posted. Moving on. Candace Owens says, the federal government created gangster rap and there was never black culture. I don't think she knows what black culture is at this point. She's so out of tune and out of touch. You know what I mean? But moving on. Oakland is naming the street after martial arts legend Bruce Lee. First, we had Tupac. Now we have Bruce Lee, two of my favorite people. So, congrats to Bruce Lee. R.I.P. Moving on. Some mother conducts a DNA test without his permission and reveals that the baby is not his. If you're talking about some love and hip hop type of mess, this is it. This is it right here. We might have to have a talk about this too. But moving on. The strongest couples are the ones who have struggled and emerged stronger at every curveball life threw at them to tear them apart. Quoted by Rashida from Love and Hip Hop. The only problem is, she's been getting thrown curveballs ever since Love and Hip Hop created, and she keeps being made to look stupid. So I don't know. We'll talk about that later too. Moving on. Or at least 2 guys nights a week to stay healthy. A study shows. So, fellas, go out and go get your fellas night on. You know what I'm saying? 2 days out of the week. I don't know if that's gonna work. But moving on. Lionsgate announces 2025 release date for Michael Jackson biopic Michael, and I cannot wait. As you know, his nephew Jafar Jackson is playing him, so this should be interesting. So stay tuned. Power Book 2 Ghost had its series finale last night, and I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. At one point, it's bittersweet, but we might talk about that too. But moving on. I'm saying the highest selling LA artist of all time. Of course, Tupac is coming number 1 with 75 million. Kendrick at 50 million. Snoop at 37 million. Dr. Dre 25. Ice Cube at 10. This is a dope list. The only problem I have is that Tupac technically is not an LA artist. But I don't know. I guess he was a resident, but technically he's a Bay Area artist. But it's still dope. His later years, he lived out in LA. So maybe VP Kamala Harris speaks on people who question her racial identity. I'm really clear about who I am. If she stood on business, she said, hey, my mom raised me to be a black woman, so these for like the Janet Jacksons out there, which I think, again, she had misinformation, and Donald Trumps and Umars and all. She said it, you know what I mean? So we'll talk more about that later too. Moving on. Halle Berry have called it quits, and it's sad because they just had a baby. So I hope that they work it out, you know what I mean, for the sake of the kid. But I would be lying if I told you that, there's probably like 1,000 or million men in her DM right now trying to get at her, you know what I'm saying? The Bailey sisters are one of the hottest commodities in hip hop and out there in the single man world. So I hope they work it out. But moving on. Jaguar Wright claims that there's a $500,000 bounty on her head and says someone has been following her. and she's made her rounds on Piers Morgan and all types of stuff. DJ Vlad has called her a conspiracy theorist. So it's one of the topics we're going to talk about tonight. You know what I mean? She's been around for years, spitting out what she believes to be true. So we want to have a talk with y'all and see how do y'all feel about her. So without further ado, let's get into the show.
Anyway, I'm your boy Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News.
Yo.
Hey everybody.
What's up, Siege?
Nothing much. Nothing much. How you doing, Jess?
Pretty good. How about
Good.
you?
I'm hanging in there, trying to keep this asthma under control. Got the inhaler with me just in case I gotta pop off.
There you go.
It's that bad today, so
Yeah.
At least you ain't sitting next to the Ebola virus over there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm surprised Jess wanted a mask, girl. A full suit. Yep. Protect yourself.
So is the queen sleeping on the couch, Quest? Because you got the Ebola too.
Oh yeah, nah, I'm sleeping on the couch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what I thought. You sleeping on the couch too. You have Ebola just like me.
Hey, you know, her and the baby are priority number one, man.
I know that's right.
Don't nobody want no sick babies.
No.
Where's the big bird?
way.
Where's the big bird?
Not
That's
a
the
good look.
hardest thing ever.
Yeah, it's not a good look. So
Mm-mm.
I just stay out the way. Yeah. For real. But no, that was some good ratchet news. I did not know about the Michael Jackson movie. That should be good.
It should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that should be good because that other one, boy.
Well, Antoine Fuqua is directing it. You know, so Antoine Fuqua, you know, that dude's dope right there. So it just depends on the script. I'm a little iffy, you know, the nephew. I get it, you know, he's a Jackson, you know what I'm saying, but I wonder, can he act, you know what I'm saying? He can sing and dance, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of how he can actually portray him. And then also, too, you know, taking my bias out of it, I want to know if I want a Michael Jackson biopic or movie that's going to tell the truth, you know, that's not going to shy away from any of the hard stuff, you know, his thoughts, his feelings, and his views, you know, so I want to hear what he actually what he went through. And sometimes I think some of these movies that come out with the estates or the families, I think sometimes it's fluff because I think they want to portray to the world what they envision the person to be instead of what the person really is.
Well,
AKA like the Biggie movie.
Well, that's the problem with movies after you die. You don't get to tell them.
You good, D?
Yeah.
You know, like the Biggie movie, like with Biggie, I mean, you know, no disrespect to his mom's, but you know, it was his mom's movie, and I felt like it was a little bit fluffy. You know what I'm saying? Like Biggie was a little bit grimier. Of course, he would be one way to her, you know, but then he was another way. Like, you know, like him and Lil' Kim's relationship was tumultuous. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And
it all comes down to the perspective of the person telling the story. You know,
Real
not
talk.
everybody gets the same person. You know what I mean? It doesn't have privy to the same information and experiences with that individual. So that's the hard part about writing a movie after somebody died. You know, so my advice would be, if you are famous and you know you think you got a hold on the culture, write you a script. Write your script before you pass. Leave that in your last will and testament. You know, write your own script so that when you get out of here, people can't make up stories. Because they always going to embellish and tell half truths.
Right,
it's part of the game.
A little unknown fact. You know, I was actually in a Michael Jackson biopic. I was actually in a Lifetime movie.
Who was you, Tito? You know what I'm saying?
I was a crazed fan in the mall. You know what I'm saying? It was Lifetime. The movie was called Searching for Neverland. It was on a Lifetime. It had 2 million viewers for that. You know what I'm saying? It had Holly Robinson Pete. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's what's got to be in the movie with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's kind of dope. But yeah, one of my little things. I was in a Lifetime movie. How you doing, D?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Good to see you.
You too, Mama.
Yeah, man. That's good.
Yeah, man. I didn't even think of a word for today.
Hey, I don't know. quarantine. Let's use
Vaccines, testing.
It's
Let's
just a
say
sinus
vaccine.
infection. It is just a sinus infection. I'll be
Save
all
Jess. Save Jess.
right. Like I said, she a mutant or something. She like one of the X-Men. You know what I mean? Like she got super healing powers or something. I don't know.
That African blood.
Oh, is that what it is? Damn. You can't even win at the crib, bro.
There's some
I can't-
ancestors.
You
I don't even have a comeback. I don't even have a comeback. Damn, she got me. She got me with uppercut. Little Mighty
That was
Mouse.
good.
Little Mighty
was
Mouse
good.
over here just
That was good. I
struck the
give you that
giant. Struck the giant.
one.
And so shout out to the people once again. Couple of rules. If you're on Facebook, make sure you're hitting the like and the share button. If you want to come on as a guest, I put the link in there, I pinned it. Just know that if you're using your phone, you have to put in your headphones. Also, just know that it works as a microphone. It picks up on everything. Like Quez likes to famously say, this is a production, so it goes out to everywhere. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. I'm getting ready to upload onto Apple Music. So, we're everywhere. So you want to make sure you have the best representation of yourself. Matter of fact, at the same time, we don't want to look ratchet either. You know what I mean? Like we do the ratchet news, but we don't live ratchet lives over here. So just make sure that you make yourself presentable. Know that, hey, your microphone and your camera is going to project you out to everywhere. You can be in Africa somewhere, they watching you take a ish, or you eating, or you snorting, or doing whatever. So just make sure you're in a nice, quiet spot. You got some good Wi-Fi. There's not a lot of activity going on. You want to make sure that we hear everybody. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure we keep the noise in the background to the minimum. Also, too, make sure if you got your TVs, make sure you put them on mute, because we get monetized over here, and we don't want to get any type of copyright infringements or anything that's being picked up from y'all.
Amen. Speak for yourself. You don't know if my life ratchet or not, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got a little bit of ratchet in my life.
Well, what we got
I
going
know how to
on?
balance it. I can balance
Please don't
it.
make me we over here hacking and whatnot.
Mhm.
What's up, Maria? I see you. But yeah, make sure the more important thing though, just make sure that you're hitting the like and the share button and you're enjoying yourself. And the thoughts, views, and opinions of those on this panel are those of just those themselves. What anybody else comment, what somebody else is saying, if you want, get at that person, if that probably whatever they're saying. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's just get into this show. Now we got a couple of topics. We got 3 of them tonight. We got Jaguar Wright. She's been making some claims. She hit up Piers Morgan, saying that there's been a lot of talk on social media about her, whether she's a realist or whether she's a conspiracy theorist. We have Boosie. He had made some comments, pretty much saying that his daughter, he didn't want his daughter, his LGBTQ daughter, contaminating his other children, which, that caused the uproar on the internet, and she responded. So we're going to have a response to that. And also, too, Common. I was looking for a third topic, and I was just kind of interested because, we've been kind of staying away from the relationship talk that we normally have on here, but I got to get into it because Common said that Jennifer Hudson would be the type of woman that he would marry. But the question is, so my dude, you have the money to marry her, so why haven't you married her? So are men like Common afraid of marriage or whatever? We're going to talk about that as well. So
Ooh-wee.
Word.
That's
So we'll wait for Dee to get situated back with her Wi-Fi. But yeah, so which one are we gonna dive into today?
Man, I say let's hop in the Jaguar. Well, ladies, what y'all want to talk about?
I'm fine with that. Whatever we
Let's
go
do
first.
that. I'm sorry.
Fine.
You know what I mean? I didn't want to go straight to contamination, since Jess is over there fighting her own battle. You know what I mean?
I've already had my discussion about that this week. I'm good.
Right.
Almost.
All
I was
right.
almost in Facebook jail behind that. So.
Well, yeah, you had an interesting story behind that. So before we get into it, we'll just do a little promo real quick. Yeah.
play, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're wasting time.
yeah. So for those who were aware, if you're on Spotify, the Spotify subscribers, go ahead. They actually made me a playlist called "This Is Third Degree." So they took a lot of my cuts, and you can get the essence of who I am with some of my songs. So shout out to Spotify. They've been treating me like a rock star lately. So hey, Spotify, much love to you. So you can get that playlist exclusively on Spotify.
Cut the check, Spotify. We need a check.
They give me a little bit. They give me some pennies. Some pennies. All right, y'all. But so in recent news, Jaguar Wright, because this whole Diddy thing it's been a chain of command, right? A domino effect of sorts. Diddy's been in the news all over because he's in jail right now. You know, we know he's used to living a luxurious lifestyle that he can't really live right now, and I don't know what it's going to look like for him. But people have been coming out the woodworks. There's been 120 more allegations on him. I didn't even really want to do another topic on Diddy, but Jaguar Wright had to come in and she had to drop her 3 cents. And this is some of the stuff that she's been saying.
First-hand witness account experience. I was a sex worker. I was a dominatrix before I got my record deal. That's how I know how the dark world and the sex world and the entertainment world run hand in hand. That's why the movie Blink Twice is so important. Salute to Zoe Kravitz. The sex workers that I have worked with throughout the years and continue to work with even to this day have worn hidden cameras. I have my own tapes. I've seen what they do. The ritualistic behaviors, the drugging, putting girls in the suitcases, dumping them in alleyways. It's horrifying. And it's all done under the protection of this is going to be paid off. There's another NDA. This is going to be, it's terrible.
So that's just some of the stuff that she's been saying. You know what I mean? She's been making some shocking allegations about Diddy. She called out Jay-Z, Beyonce, a whole bunch of other celebrities and whatever. So my first question to the panel, we're going to open it up for everybody to discuss, is do you believe her? Is she and Vlad pretty much say he'll never have her on his platform because she's a conspiracy theorist. So I got to ask the folks on this panel here, do you believe her? Is she a conspiracy theorist or is she a realist? Go.
You say don't let me start the race.
Right? Well, I will jumpstart. I don't know if everything that she says is the truth. However, she name drops so much and no one has sued her. No one has taken her out yet. No one has come for her. So that part right there, it's not like she's hiding names like, oh, I'm saying this, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. Like she is seriously name dropping all the time and no one has come for her. So that right there alone makes me think that some of the stuff that she's saying is truthful. And then the stuff that is coming out of her mouth that she's saying, why would you risk your own life behind the stuff that you're talking about unless it's like you holding something to make sure you stay alive behind all the stuff that you're saying? So part of me, like a strong percent of my belief is that a lot of it is true. Just my opinion.
D?
Yeah, I agree. I think everything is true. And she's been talking for a long time, way before this even started coming out. She's been talking for years. And the stuff she say matches up. Just like when Corinne Stevens, the superhead.
Corinne Stephens.
Oh, Stephen, yeah. She even has said some stuff now. But I read her book 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and it was stuff going on then, and her and Exhibit had went to his house. And then when the party was over, he just left the people in his house, and he went to the club. They realized they was in an all-gay club. They didn't realize it then. So he's been doing stuff that's weirdo stuff all this time. I'm just feel sad for his daughters. But Jaguar, she's on point with every single thing. But I feel the same way, Tisha. Like, why would you risk your life for this? Like, are you just trying to get a check for your interviews? I don't think that's worth it because he got some people that could,
Right.
slide. You can be touched. I just worry about that, and especially his daughters. But Beyonce just spoke up the other day and said that she didn't know nothing about all that, even though she was there with that cheesecake.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
So
Jess, you got any
it's
thoughts
gonna
on it?
get really bad.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, cut out for a second, D. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so I don't know anything about this woman. I'm not in the loop with all that, but let me see the videos. That's all I
Look
got.
at you. Look at your mess.
Oh, I see that. Them
Let me see the
videos.
Play the tape.
So Colleen Solange, shout out to you. I posted your comment earlier, but I'm gonna post it again. My starter comment, Miss Jaguar Suzette Wright never changed her name or her story. So believe her now or not, she has never waffled.
I think she meant to say wavered, but yeah.
So too.
Waffle, wavered, same thing. I get it. The same thing. Quez, what are your thoughts?
And I think we're all in general consensus here. It'd be different because since the whole elevator scene and that tape coming out, which I didn't understand why they played it then, because y'all been had that tape, and so the purpose of releasing it at that time was strange to me. But still, this lady has been speaking in her truth. You know what I mean? I'm gonna call it her truth. I'm not gonna call it the truth because again, there's everyone's perception of what their realities are. But she's been speaking her truth for a very, very long time. She's been saying these same people names for a very long time. And for people like Vlad to come out and say she's a conspiracy theorist is asinine because Vlad ain't nobody listening to you, no way, sir. You know what I mean? Like you was supposed to make us, stop listening to her. We don't care that she's not going on your show. And reality wise, she ain't making a whole lot of money. If you watch her interviews, they're not on huge platforms. It's not like this is the first time she's been on something large, which was Piers Morgan. And that was crazy to me. What made Piers call you? You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people coming out because they seen it was a money grab. So I'm always leery of those individuals. But somebody like Jaguar, she's been saying this. Just like Orlando Brown, we called him crazy when he said he was at Diddy house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody said, "Oh, he crazy. He on drugs," and you know what I mean. And some of them same names he said is now the names in question.
Mm-hmm.
So who's really crazy?
All right, my 3 cents is that
we sip these teeth.
My 3 cents is that where there's smoke, there could be fire. You know what I'm saying? Now with Jaguar Wright, I'm not going to call it crazy like some people have been. You know what I'm saying? But there's been some things that she's put out there that hasn't been all the way true. You know what I'm saying? There's been some things where I think she over exaggerated, and there's been some things that have been completely not true. So I think sometimes with her, what she does is she mixes in her opinion with facts. And I think it kind of blurs the line from time to time. Same thing with Orlando Brown. I mean, hey, Quest, say what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, he came out to San Bernardino out here, you know what I'm saying? And, folks seen him out on the streets, and he was definitely strung out of his mind. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's substance abuse and mental health issues that go along with him. But I would never sit up there and negate and say that he's crazy or there's no truth to whatever he's saying. So same thing as to with Jaguar Wright, you know what I mean? Like, she's been definitely speaking on a lot of stuff, and it kind of plays into that whole thing of the Illuminati. There's always been Illuminati talk, So it just always begs to differ whether it's actually real or not, and that's the kind of the conversation. But some of the stuff that she's been saying, I believe that there's some truth, and then there's some of the things I think she's over exaggerating a bit, and then there's some things I think that are just completely like not true. You know, my 3 cents.
That could very well be the truth. You know, but until all the cards are on the table, I'm very hesitant in today's day and age to say that people are lying, right? Especially about stuff like that now, because how long people been saying Diddy did something to Tupac, right? Then come out years later, you know, now we have evidence. You know, this man walk around free. Same thing with Gene Deal, who I don't really respect all that much, because, you know, for the simple fact that, sir, you could have been doing something about these scenarios a long time ago, right? You're on the money grab list too, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Gene Deal, and I very, very highly believe that he's telling the whole truth. It's just when you don't speak up about things that you see that are unjust while you're in the vicinity, you're part of the problem. So don't come out on this courageous global tour talking about all the bad things you witnessed at Diddy House and what he was doing and how he did this and did that when you were there getting a check the entire time and you never reported none of these incidents. So that's how I feel about that. But
Playing advocate.
Please do.
With Gene Deal, he is there to do a job. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a bodyguard. So do you, in this case, let's just say hypothetically, allegedly, some of these things are true. And do you sit up there and, you know, incriminate this person right here? Or do you do your job, which you're paid to do? And this is for the panel, for y'all to answer.
You know who else was doing their job? The Nazis. They was just doing their job.
Well.
Oh, you just go mic drop like that, you mother sucker.
That was a big mic drop because
that was a big mic drop, you mother sucker. I think he has Ebola. He has Ebola, you know.
To give him a pass, because like D.L. Hughley said on one of his posts, if you were there the whole entire time while this is going on and didn't say anything, you were an accomplice. These are crimes that are being committed, that's happening. It's not like just someone, didn't throw their napkin in the trash can and you saw it happen. You're like, I'm gonna pick it up and throw it away. No, people, livelihoods are being affected. Women are being beaten, men being beaten, raped, and all this stuff going on, and you don't say anything. Why is that? And it can go anyway. You can be like, well, I'm just collecting my check. It can go that way. Or right. I signed an NDA, which True. I'm afraid to break. Or I'm afraid of my life because who knows? I done seen so much. Who knows if my life is affected too? Like True. All those can play a part.
Those are our contributing factors, and those are good points that you write up, Tish. Very aware of it. So, hold on one sec before you and D get into it, because I want to hear what y'all have to say. Colleen Solange says, "You, Mr. Third Degree. I think like everyone, 80 to 90% is true, as in, greater probable versus feeling, but she is, and then kind of cut off. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, because again, with me, I'm a little bit, outside of D, I'm a little bit, how would you say? I've been in the industry, where I've seen certain things and I've not been privy to see certain things. So I can't really say, hey, like, yeah, these wild things happen, but I've heard about it. And, so I don't know. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it could be true, whereas if you're in the position that I am, it could be true. It could happen to true. That there's very possibilities that could be true. But then sometimes, even with Jaguar Wright, she said some stuff like, well, KVD is out, saying he's out on bail, she was running her mouth, and then come to find out, Keefy D, which for those who don't know, Keefy D is the guy who was in the car with the people who allegedly killed Tupac, and he's standing trial for that right now. He wasn't out on bail at no time, so you don't really know whether she's actually being credible or if she's just speaking off of passion or if it's just opinion. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of with you on that one. But go ahead, Justin D.
So as far as old boy, the bodyguard, you either got morals or you don't. That's how I feel about that.
All right, D.
Yeah, my thing is he should have been speaking a long time ago. Not go sit down and stay quiet then. You bringing it up now, you just following. I feel like he should have left it alone. Some people ain't understanding. Like this ain't a joke. This is really bigger than what they see. The stuff that they showing on the news and this that is really bigger than what they see. It's a lot that go on and a lot of connections Diddy had. Like it's major.
Right.
It's a lot of stuff that went down. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of people know, but you see all them people quiet. They ain't gonna come up.
Right.
But I feel like, you either gonna risk your life or you're not.
That's real talk.
I'm just like, people think like, oh, they watching the news. The news don't know half the stuff. They don't know half the stuff that went on. And it's really
right.
Life threatening. It's really gangster stuff. It's not no joke.
Right.
I mean, the piggyback off, I think what Quest has said, money grab. A lot of it, especially like these journalists or news outlets, they're going to do it because it's going to bring in ratings, it's going to bring in views, it's going to bring in clicks, saying it's almost equivalent to like clickbait, So again, Jaguar Wright, for those of us who know, because we're here on these YouTube streets, we know that she's been speaking, the same story that she's been speaking for a long time. But for her to make it to a mainstream platform like Piers Morgan, especially, saying that it goes to show me, for me personally, I'm believing that maybe, hey, you need some ratings, you need some viewings, you need something that maybe for your month because your quota is low, so you're gonna put a Jaguar Wright because you could have been grabbed her a long time ago, But now that he's in jail, behind some of this stuff, and because again, we know that this is a federal case, so we know that the feds ain't just gonna go pick you up on no okie doke, So with that being said, there could be some truth to what is being alleged about this dude. But we just don't know. We have to wait and see how it plays out. But other people, other platforms are going to do it because, again, it's going to get ratings, it's going to get views. And again, right now we're living in a content era, where content matters. So people are going to consistently do stuff to get ratings and views.
I hear you. I think, man, I won't say that because I don't want to go into the whole Diddy thing. That's a slippery slope, no pun intended.
Right.
A lot of baby oil over there, but I'm just saying, like, for Jaguar's case, I do think that was kind of, like I said, I said it. I thought it was odd that Piers Morgan, because now we're not just talking about United States, we're talking about global news now. You know what I mean? That you just reached a global platform with Piers Morgan. So to take that type of risk, not for her, but more so from a media standpoint, I don't think I would have personally done that. Even with our show here, I don't think I'd have been like, hey, come on our show and spit your stuff. Like, I don't think we need that one. You know what I mean? Like we need some views and stuff. But I don't know if we need that. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I want to talk with her because I want to see where her mind is at. You know what I mean? I touched on it previously. I touched on it previously. I'm like, hey, I don't know. Like, I think she over exaggerates, but like you said before, Quest, it's her truth. What she knows it to be true could be very well be true. But let's go ahead and get into some of these comments, though. Consuelo says Jaguar clearly has mental health issues, which I think contributes to her mixing real with delusions. You hit the nail perfectly on the head. I may have to agree with that sentiment. Maria, shout out to you. Thank you. Much love. Make sure you guys are sharing this link. anyone who willingly stayed around and witnessed the alleged allegations coming out should be held responsible too. Very true. Consuelo says, well, 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube is a lot.
I'm just saying.
hey, real talk. Jess is the witness to this. Jess is the witness. Yo, we went into Costco the other day, and I asked one of the clerks, I said, hey, where your baby oil at?
Leave them Costco people alone. They ain't got nothing to do with this.
Jess, remember the clerk, she looked, she stunned for a minute. She's like, and then she smirked. We don't sell it.
You would have caught all hell with me.
Hey, you working folks alone, man. You know, harassing people about that baby oil.
They minding their own business, and you harassing them about some baby oil.
Before that even came out, I never seen baby oil at Costco. At least at our Costco. So
I've never seen it.
I got a Costco across the street, and I go like 3-4 times a week. I ain't never seen like a large case of baby oil.
Yo, that's personal.
Hey, Jess can attest to this though. The look on her face, she kind of smirks like, no, we don't sell it. Right, Jess?
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah, she better than me.
So my question now is, are you hiding it for Diddy? Like, do you guys really sell it? You be hiding it for Diddy in the back? You know what I'm saying? Or do you not really sell it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, why would he get it from the local Costco though? If he's gonna order that much, why would you get it from your local Costco? Go and get it from the supplier. Go get the big delivery from the supplier.
Johnson and Johnson. Hey,
I don't make any sense. I'm a Costco.
Hey, Playboy, if you want to do me a salad, send me some $1,000.
I would have got on the PA. I'd have got on the PA in the store and said, "Hey, we got a customer with a large order of baby oil."
Thank you. I sure would have. Like, you try to
a large order of baby oil.
Yeah, you would have been embarrassed all through.
Customer needs assistance.
Yep.
I'd have been on your ass, bro. Get out of here.
He had his assistant go get it. So it wasn't him personally.
Hell no.
Oh man. And then Maria says, Jaguar has been telling the same stories, maybe a little extra fluff for a long time. I agree. Consuelo says Costco went on the news and told these lawyers to keep their name out their mouth. That's very true. You know what I'm saying? Costco was like, we ain't got nothing to do with no Diddy. I said this on this very show last week. You know what I'm saying? Costco like, don't bring us in here messing up our membership. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for real. Costco don't want nothing to do with that. We ain't sold nobody no 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Don't do that.
Word.
Do not do that.
That's an expensive amount.
So to the people on the panel, I need to ask, do you believe that Jaguar Wright is a conspiracy theorist? And truth be told, I would love to have her on this platform so she could tell her story, her truth. You know what I'm saying? So Jaguar Wright,
I'd be on here. I would love it. Nope.
Jaguar Wright, if you're listening, I would love to have you on here. I don't know you, so I can't necessarily judge you. But again, your truth is your truth, and I would love to have you on here. So this is an open invitation if you're watching.
It ain't that open. Don't do that.
It's open. I second that. I second it.
Your pocket will be open.
Man, I'm open, man.
I would love it.
You say they almost choked. What'd you say?
I said you better have your pocket open.
Yeah, because now it's probably gonna cost you. It ain't gonna be free.
Yeah.
I got $5. You know what I'm saying?
Like, jumped on it, but before it be.
I think it would be good. I think we're balanced enough to, challenge things respectfully and let other things ride. So I think it would be a good show.
It would be a good talk. I would love to talk with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to hear what she has to say because, again, her truth is her truth. And the thing about her, the thing that makes Jaguar Wright unique is because she's been in the business and, and she stepped away from it. So my thing is, so what made you step away from it? You know what I'm saying? Like, was it some of the stuff that you've seen? In regards to some of these sex parties, again, I've heard about it on the level that I am. I may be like a XYZ list celebrity, whatever like that. But some of the performances and stuff that I've been to, you know what I'm saying, I've heard about some of these sex parties existing. So, I mean, she's not. You said what?
I said, have you now?
I've never been to one.
Mister, I'll go get the cheesecake. I don't know. We might have to put
First off, my fellow Sagittarius.
Lie detector. Oh no.
For those that know me, hey, where you at? Hey, anime, eat the cake. First off, for those that know me, know I love cheesecake.
Yeah, so much that you would go.
I'll walk to Timbuktu to go get it. But first off, let's just clarify some things. I ain't spreading my booty cheeks for nobody, not a damn body. No, hell no.
There was a lot of people at them parties that didn't think they would ever do it.
Right.
It ain't going down. It ain't going down. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going down.
You can't drink or eat them. They spike.
Can't eat or drink. Yep, you right, D. You better come with a full stomach and don't be thirsty.
Damn. What if you are parched?
Any parties they have that going on. You just may not have it there. They might have it in the back or wherever. But they got the parties
Tread
going
lightly.
Have you woke up? Have you woke up in a compromising position, D?
You blink one time, that's it. You out. Knocked out. Take one bite, that cheesecake done hit the floor.
I know that's right.
Right. And it goes on all even when they're not even little big celebrities. Any Hollywood type of stuff
I hate
go
you.
into,
First
they
off,
have some stuff going on.
Yeah, I hate you. You got me over here choking.
Pay attention. Pay
Pay
attention.
attention. You don't eat nothing up in there.
Nothing.
Nope.
Drink nothing.
Nope.
Dude, don't even breathe. You don't even know what you're inhaling. Don't even breathe.
That's what I'm saying. Don't take their hands. Just be cool.
Okay.
There ain't no reason.
Hey, Connie says, I'd rather have you guys have her on than Candace Owens funky has. Yeah, I agree. Candace Owens. That we ain't gonna speak about that.
I would not be on here.
I would not be here.
Forget her. She's a sellout. You know what I mean? Forget her to the utmost. I know it's Quiz's sister, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Don't disrespect my sisters like that. My sister, upstanding black women, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that.
No, Lonnie, what's good with you, girl? She said walking for cheesecake is crazy. If it's good cheesecake, I walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I mean,
I'm gonna need you to stop saying that, though.
Please stop.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm just saying.
And if they spike your
or detach it from going to walk for a cheesecake like Diddy made them go walk. You need to find a way to detach that.
Yeah, we need to move that around somewhere. That's not
give up.
Because that was all the way wrong, and I was young when I seen that.
Yeah. And then knowing what I know now, yeah, that was all the way wrong.
I love cheesecake. Fuck y'all. Colleen Solange says, I may be projecting, but I think most of us grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, and there's so much versatility. You created a new word, verisimilitude. We all know this could be true based on things we townies know are true. I kind of get what you're saying. You know, you created a new word with that. I think you need to go in the Guinness Book of World Records for creating a new damn word. You know what I'm saying? Verisimilitude. That's some shit right there for you, boy. I tell you. Consuelo says, cheeks for cheesecake.
That's why I was over here dying when I couldn't even focus on
Hey, that's where we draw the motherfucking line. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no cheeks of mine for no cheesecake. Shit.
You gonna eat
Hell
that?
No.
I was like, if you ever at a party, you better not ever eat that cheesecake.
No.
Nobody coming.
I have enough wherewithal to know. Hey, I heard what Kat said. Sometimes you just gotta tell Diddy no. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to no party with no if they spike in the sheet. Hell no.
Shoves it down your throat.
Okay. And
First
the word that she used is not a new word. Just so we know. Get that clear. It's not a new word.
Well, correct me where I stand. Go ahead, Tish.
It's the appearance of being true or real. That's what that means.
Well, excuse my lack of education because I never heard that word
before.
You
don't know the word, don't mean it's not a word.
Hey, forgive my ignorance with your hair looking luxurious. Shake the hair with.
Woo! Lord, help us. What in the way?
Oh, you already drank it all. Dang.
Yeah, my tea is gone.
Take it from you.
Oh gosh.
Oh Lord,
help us.
Was that regular tea or a hot toddy? We might need to cut
no,
this.
It was straight, no hot toddy.
That's the way you get it done, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Drink that thing straight. You'll be all right.
Word. I'm trying to sweat it out.
Yeah.
No cheek spreading over here.
Hey, man.
We got it. We got it. We're going to leave you alone. We got it.
We didn't say anything. We didn't.
Oh, God.
We didn't say anything.
You good.
And
I can't stand you, mother suckers.
We have nothing to do with your conscience, sir.
Right?
We got nothing to do with
or
that.
your morals.
Okay. And what you would do for a slice of cheesecake.
Never had no cheesecake that good.
Instead of a
I never had no cheesecake that good. And I love cheesecake.
I love it too.
And,
I would never.
And y'all motherfuckers ain't been the claim jumper. They got some good motherfucking cheesecake.
No, I'll have cheesecake, but I'm not. Yeah, we're gonna leave it there. You know.
Yeah, moving on.
Moving on.
Colleen says, "Thank you, Miss Tisha. Didn't mean to sidetrack y'all." Yeah, no, that was my ignorance.
Check on here. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was my ignorance. I never heard that. You're on a higher level education than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a college dropout like Kanye. So your level of education, hey, salute, because I didn't even know that word existed. You know what I mean? So shout out to you. Much love. Melvin says, y'all allergic to
Y'all be allergic.
Where are you at?
When he hiding, he in Melvin mode, doing probably sucking on some toes with some Tabasco sauce.
Yeah, I think that's what he said. Y'all be allergic to toes when I'm on? When I'm on? Is that what it's supposed to be?
I think so. Consuelo says, just relax your muscles, brother, man. Funk, no. Hey, first off, I'm a motherfucking man. Ain't nothing spreading over here. Yeah, hell.
Okay, we good. Who are you trying to convince? Us or you? Let it go.
Hard to go somewhere else.
We get
Melvin
it.
says, why third sounds like me with a high voice.
We get
Whenever I'm on, nobody ever shows up. Then we got Queen DV. We got LT.
Queen DV.
They might be scared of you, Melvin. You know what I'm saying? They might be scared.
Never.
Come on, Melvin. Why you don't come on?
Melvin. He's probably in Melvin mode right now. So with Jaguar Wright, so just going on to the Diddy stuff, I just want to ask y'all frankly, do you guys believe any of the Diddy allegations? Period.
I believe a lot of them. Shit, what you mean?
That's what I'm asking.
Yes, I believe it all.
I second that.
Yeah, my thing is, it's just that's not what they charge him with. They charge him for being freaky, and I just don't get it.
Right?
Like it's like, man, for him to have all of these allegations and accusations, for the federal government to charge you, and then some private law firm come out and say, hey, well, we got 120 witnesses. The federal government is pretty good about locking niggas up. Just gonna be honest. Like, usually when they come to get you, they done gathered everything they need. They know your great grandma, all your cousins, three links down the line. You know what I'm saying? Your third cousins and fourth cousins. They didn't talk to everybody before they come pick you up. So, you know, it just strikes me as odd that that's not what they're charging him with. Yeah, they're kind of charging him with that, with the Jack Johnson You know what I mean? White woman slavery law. You know what I mean? It's trafficking because you paid for some sex with some women that you took cross line, which is really just tricking. But I would thought their case would have been a whole lot stronger as far as what they were charging him with. To me, you know what I mean?
Right. So swimming in the Jaguar Wright swimming pool. Do you believe that there's other celebrities who are just as guilty as Diddy?
Oh yeah. Well, why would
there's
you think
celebrities
that
bigger
he's the
than
only
Diddy.
one? Yeah, they just haven't came out yet. That's all that is. No, you cannot believe he the only one. Just like I was waiting for other people in R. Kelly's camp to be thrown under, come out too, because you can't tell me that man did all this on his own when he was surrounded by celebrities a lot of times. You can't say that to me. So,
Right.
yeah, so I definitely believe that there's other celebrities, and time will tell. Time will tell, because this is not over. This is going to be going on for a while.
I hate Melvin. Melvin says free P. Diddy, even though we all know he did it in the
In
OJ.
his OJ voice.
Wow.
Colleen says, try Jimmy. Hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Colleen says, haven't scratched the surface. But I object to the use of RICO to seize absolutely everything he built. I kind of agree with you on that one. And then Colleen says, try Jimmy Iovine. Yeah, I kind of agree because, again, you know, Diddy has been skating around and doing this all for years. But all of a sudden now, why now? That my question, the bigger why is why now? You know what I'm saying? If this has been happening for years, like Quest said, this is the feds. So they had a year to sit there and build a case. So whatever evidence that they have, it must be damning because I don't see him necessarily walking away from this. Now, if they're just trying to convict him of sex trafficking, basically taking a woman, flying her from here to this state to have sex, then yeah, they're gonna get him because R. Kelly is sitting in the same cell, or sitting because of the same charges, which is kind of weird. And because sex trafficking itself has a very vague definition to where you can be tried for it, which is sad. You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking about the aspect of just having sex or sex parties and all this other stuff, I mean, there's people who are not even celebrities who are doing this stuff. There's swingers. There's swingers who have like swinger lifestyle parties. You know what I'm saying? So again, I mean, what is he doing that is not the average human being is doing? I mean, I don't know. It's really tricky. It's a slippery slope.
But like I said before, though, go ahead, Jess.
No, I was gonna say because I've had before I met Third, I had dudes.
Disclaimer. Go ahead.
I had dudes say that they would fly me out.
Well, damn.
So, but of course, I'm
That's
wise enough
sex
to know
trafficking.
that I'm not gonna go. You know what I mean?
You ain't catching damn flight.
If she did, I wouldn't say nothing, girl.
No,
Right.
I'm good.
Right.
We
I wouldn't
want
tell you nothing. That's my past
we
life.
want to see those itineraries. You know what I'm saying? We want to see those itineraries.
Keep your mouth closed and that
Lord,
wallet closed.
Let me see them boarding passes. You know what I'm saying? Where you been lately?
No, but like I said before too, sometimes the difference is people talking. You have to be aware of what company you keep. And if you keep in company that you either done ticked off or you know they're not gonna hold your secret, that's when stuff like this pops open. And like you said, with sex trafficking, it's a slippery slope because if you fly somebody out specifically for that, that's considered sex trafficking. But that's not the only thing he's being charged with too. He had guns with the serial number scratched off. That's a felony right there. You know, so and it's all this and narcotics were found in the house. Like you left so much evidence. Like you have
Let's not forget his drug mule. Remember his drug mule that got caught and arrested? Let's not forget about that.
And like I've said it before on here and I'm gonna say it again. I don't care what Diddy's freakiness, fetish, whatever the heck that he wants to do when he does it. I don't care if he had these parties. My problem is the slipping in the drugs and drugging people to act like you do, so you can take advantage of people. If some of those girls were minors, you knew that. Whether they wanted to participate or not, You knew that. And like Jess says, where's the moral? You have plenty of adults that would have gladly slept with Diddy just for the fact that he's Diddy. Would have done everything that he wanted him to do just for the fact that he's Diddy. So why did you feel you had to drug and do all this extraness? And look what happened. And his cockiness kind of got him caught too, because there was film talking about I can do things that cops, I can teach you how to get away with stuff and cops will never know you did it. And then not too long after, what happens? Houses get raided and all this other stuff. See, when you talk too much, you start to tell on yourself. He should have just kept it quiet and everything else and not did anything illegal. And then he wouldn't be in jail for his little freaky parties. Did nobody care about
Can I be a conspiracy theorist too today?
Yes, please.
I don't think nobody else is going to jail except for Diddy. I think there was a concerted effort to turn that man into the proxy. That's what I think. I think there was a concerted effort of, hey, we need to band together because he out here tripping and he gonna get us all caught. So we need to go ahead and get them tapes, get them and participate with law enforcement so that Diddy can go down and we can get on out the way and continue our lives. But we're willing to sacrifice Diddy. I think that's my conspiracy. I don't think anybody else is going.
So you think he was used as a scapegoat?
Yeah, I don't think nobody else is going.
Or for the better lack of terms, a sacrificial lamb.
Absolutely. I don't think nobody else is going to jail. They're gonna sweep that shit under the rug, and in 6 months, y'all gonna be talking about if DDG and them getting back together, and you know what I'm saying. Why that baby look that way and all that type of stuff y'all be talking
Cut
about.
it out.
Melvin says P baby Melvin says P baby oil Diddy is a kingpin, so he's going to go down in case closed down. Maria, shout out to you. She says agree. Man, this has been crazy. So again, I'm gonna put this out. I'm gonna put this out there. Jaguar Wright, if you're out there, if you're listening, if you're watching, hey, you have a free invitation to come onto the show. I would love to talk to you. I would love to get your 3 cents, your thoughts, views, and opinions. This is what this whole platform is about. So if you're watching, yeah, you have an open invitation to come on anytime you want. Speak your truth. I would love to talk with you. Chris is like, hell no.
I'm there.
No.
Oh, I thought my screen froze.
Because I'm like, whether it's 100% true or not, it's very entertaining to watch. So I'm here for it.
No, it would definitely be entertaining.
Melvin says, who is cheating wrong? And here we go.
Oh gosh. Okay. Moving on.
Colleen says, Mr. Miller, I agree. They are trying to make him the sacrificial lamb, but I believe they will try to expand on it. Is what Colleen
I
was saying.
believe it. They just all gonna be the people y'all love. All the black
entertainers. They better hope he's not given a deal to talk. Because he would only be the superficial lamb if he doesn't say anything about anybody else that was there.
So his lawyer, which I think is a horrible lawyer, has came out and just said like he's willing to testify. He wants to, give a testimony on it. And again, like I said in the Ratchet News, he's going to be singing like a canary. Because he does not want to spend
like Wesley Snipes and whatchamacallit. I'm going down to everybody with me.
Everybody down with me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, did I see you? Did not see you at the party? Hey, weren't you there too? You the one who got me the baby oil from Costco, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? And then you back there. Hey, why don't you come forward to? You're gonna be singing. You're gonna be singing like he's trying to do.
On my phone right here. Look. I don't think they're gonna, just like they wouldn't get that man no bail. I don't think they're gonna let Diddy talk.
Maria says, I'm sure he's in there singing like a bird. And the key of A minor. Melvin says he should have took the plane to a country that doesn't have extra. Right with Russell said. Anyway.
Yeah, he should join that yoga class. You know what I'm saying? He should went over down the yoga class, bro. That class gonna be full by mid-summer next year. You know what I'm saying? That yoga class, they're gonna be doing Peloton and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop Peloton yoga classes over there. You know what I'm saying? in non-extraditable countries.
Man, that's crazy. All right, yo. So let's go ahead and get into the next. I can't stand y'all. All right, well, real quick, we'll be right back after this little brief ad.
Stuck in the daily grind? Let's change that starting now. Imagine waking up every morning excited about what lies ahead. No more dreading the 9-to-5 grind. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it doesn't have to be. In just 9 years, over 115,000 entrepreneurs in more than 20 countries have taken the leap. They've joined a movement that's not just about making money, but about turning passion into purpose. What's stopping you from being next? Think about it. What are you passionate about? What gets you fired up? Picture turning that passion into a thriving business. Not only will you empower yourself, but you'll also uplift those you care about most. Imagine the impact you can make. Your journey could be the chapter that adds to the legacy of the future. It's not just about you. It's about creating a ripple effect that touches lives far and wide. What will your story be? Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The time to act is now. The future is in your hands. Ready to start your entrepreneurial journey? Contact us now. Let's build a future you're excited to wake up to. Empower your future. Become an entrepreneur today.
Word. And we are back. So we had a few comments while the ad was running, you know what I'm saying? We had Jamal saying, "Do you put baby oil on your head?" Third. And the answer to that would be hell the funk no. I put baby oil on my clippers when I need to cut my hair. But I'm thinking about throwing away my little bottle of baby oil because I do not want to be in a position where Diddy is in right now if we're getting locked up for baby oil. You know what I'm saying?
Be careful with them positions, right? You know what I'm saying?
Colleen says, would you call him the Black Jeffrey Epstein? To be
No.
determined. To be determined.
I wouldn't say that much.
Melvin says, Bill Cosby must be so proud. Diddy took his formula and made it better.
Whoa.
Don't read no more comments from Melvin right now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Melvin is on way. He might be drinking a good concoction right now. He might be inebriated, you know what I'm saying, in Melvin mode, which is why he's probably not on. All right, so in the next topic, you know, in recent news, rapper Lil Boosie has been under fire for some of the damning comments that he's made in regards to his daughter. And, you know, and mind you, we've had talks about this before on this show about whether if you had a child who was in the LGBTQ, would you accept their lifestyle and whatnot? But I mean, it was just some of the stuff that he said that was that he caught backlash. And I have the video right here. So y'all check this out, and then we'll drop our 3 cents on
bring her situation to our house. My daughter is wrong. Well, why she's wrong? Because I don't want it to contaminate her others. It's a generation we raised. I don't want her to get to contaminate into her other 6, 7 sisters who look up to her. I want them to bring me grandchildren the right way.
Yeah, Boosie crazy.
If I want grandchildren the right way, that's what I'm going to stand on. If I don't want my other little girl to look at that and say, what's that, daddy?
Contaminated.
To somebody she looks up to, it's not going to come around. My grandpa didn't let it. My daddy didn't let it. And I didn't let it. Oh, because you just took your daughter's car. Oh, you took her car.
I've never seen that.
Hold on. So go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, what is having grandchildren the right way? Like, what if
a
they
man
get
and
with
a woman?
No, I know, but what if they get with a partner who already has children? Is that not the right way? Just saying.
So, I mean, so my disclaimer for everybody out there. I was talking with Tish, and this is something that I wanted to bring on and bring on the platform because, again, with this whole platform, what we try to do is we try to have teaching moments. We take some of the stuff that's going on in the entertainment world, social justices, injustices, whatever you want to may say, and we apply it to our daily lives. And this is something that happens on a normal, you know what I'm saying, where we may have kids who may choose alternative lifestyles. And so we talked about this before. Would you accept your child if they live an alternative lifestyle? And this is one of the things that we've talked about before and we touched on. So I wanted to kind of bring it back because this is something that was been in the headlines. And I believe in this situation, even with Boosie, even with his ignorance, even with some of the stuff that's going on, it's a teaching moment, and it's something that's relatable. So hopefully we can reach a lot more parents and a lot more kids in this situation. So maybe some of these kids can have an understanding of where the parents is coming from, and then where maybe these parents can have an understanding where their kids is coming from, and then come up with a common ground to maybe coexist. So with that being said, panel, how do you guys feel about what Boosie said in regards to his remarks?
Go ahead, Tisha, clinical psychologist. You're up first.
I am not. Wait, first off, I'm not a clinical psychologist. So gotta fact check that too. I'm not a clinical psychologist. However, I'm a supporter of the LGBTQ plus community. Okay, so my only issue was what you do in your own home, what you allow in your home, that's your business. I don't live there. Your rules don't apply to me. So I'm good. What trigger, and I mentioned to Third, I put this on my page because my only issue was, but apparently a certain person on my page, and if you watch, and I ain't gonna put you on blast, but you know I'm talking to you.
I'm gonna say it like this: whoever it was, you a bitch.
I mean, I got called everything but a child of God, okay, in that comment. My only problem was the use of the word contaminate, because this comment came from a man who allowed his 12-year-old son and his nephews to be molested by a grown-ass woman to teach them how to act appropriately or teach them how to have sex at 12. So to use the word contaminate, and you don't want to contaminate your children, yet you contaminated your son, and who knows what damage you've done to him. That was my issue. What you do in your house is what you do. But that word right there just triggered a response out of me, and how a lot of people are like, well, that doesn't matter. But to me, it matters as far as using the word contaminate, because who knows what your child is going to become or how that's going to affect them later on by doing something like that.
Word.
So that was
I think a better choice word would have been influence. I get where he's coming from. Influence would have been a better choice word, but to say contaminate, I think that was kind of like, come on, bro, what are you doing?
And
so,
it's
go ahead, panel.
news. It's national news, especially in the community. So all the other kids are going to see it on their reels. All the other kids are going to see it on different websites. And they're like, oh, are we contaminated? What is real contaminate? The dehumanization of somebody in your family, something you created. That's just fucked up. He gave more credit to people that were murderers.
Right.
That's the crazy part. When he was talking about King Von and other people, he didn't say they're contaminated. He didn't say any of those words. But your own flesh and blood, damn.
Yeah, and then when she responded to it, she could have went on and just made him look like he's this horrible person, and she didn't. She didn't come out and say not one bad word about him. Right. And the word contaminate, like that's just what struck me. So that was my whole issue. So for anybody who was responding to my post, you choose what you accept in your house. That's your home, your children. My only thing is I'm a person that's going to give my child unconditional love regardless of how they decide to live their life. I'm accepting that. I'm going to make sure that my child knows that they're supported, because there's so many kids who are no longer on this earth because they've been kicked out of their homes. You know, they get teased and stuff by not just people at school, but from family members and things like that who have taken their own lives. And that part right there touches me. So whatever I need to do to support my child or anybody in my family that is part of that community, I'm going to be that person for you.
What I was going to say, the big part is the lesson he's teaching his other 7 children is, if you don't like what somebody in your family does, cut them off. Fuck family. Because that's the bottom line. If you say, oh, well, you're a contamination, I don't believe in that, cut them off.
Word. D, Quez, Jess.
So for me, if he's calling her a contamination, he's the one that raised her. So he contaminated her. You know? You raised her.
Yeah.
I don't
I can
agree with
get
what
the
he's
whole like
saying.
he doesn't want.
Hold on a second, Melvin. Right?
Go ahead.
I don't
Sorry.
agree. I don't agree with what he's saying. I get what he's saying. Like someone said on here, influence them, you know. But as like Tish said, as far as calling her a contamination, that's just straight wrong. Like I bet you do drugs in front of your kids, or they know that you're high or whatever on some type of substance. You're contaminating them. You know.
Or when he's smacking bitches' butts and thongs
Exactly.
and at the parties that they were drinking, getting high, all this
Man.
other shit. But
I'm sure they
that's
hear
the
it all.
All right. So
But my thing is,
wait, Melvin. Before I
Go
get
ahead.
to D, and before I get to Quez, because I do have his daughter's response. I have part of it because she went on like a 10-minute response. But I'm going to read some of these comments. Alexandra says, like being of the alphabet community is some disease. He produced that child, so I don't know how he could say these things, which is true. Noelani says, even if Boosie thinks a man and a woman is the right way, doesn't mean they can always have kids. They may have to go through IVF or adoption. You cannot control who your child loves, even if you think you can. They doing it behind your back.
Yep.
Very true. Alexander says exactly. Where did you go wrong, bro? If it's like that, then take accountability. And then Colleen says an alternative view. This, very true. So D and Quez, go ahead and drop your 3 cents.
D, I yield the floor to you.
I disagree. I just agree with what Tish and because it's ignorant. It's just ignorant to even say something like that. It don't make no sense. Sometimes some people talk and they don't need to talk. Sometimes they just need to keep their mouth shut because it sounds ignorant. And ignorant, we don't even need to waste energy on ignorance. We really don't. Like you said, he created her, just said that. Yeah, so how can she be contaminated? That makes no damn sense.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Not like that, but like that. Let me. I just want to show our brother a little bit of grace. Yes, contamination was a horrible word choice there. I don't think I would have ever said that about any of my children, in no matter what facet or shape we're speaking on. Also, I don't think that's something you should have did on a platform as large as that. You know what I mean? I think somebody probably just said it in the comments. But yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow. You're right. That's you can have that conversation in your house, and it may not be as damaging because y'all can kind of talk that out in real time. But to watch a clip of your parent ostracize you in front of the world is something very dangerous. So I will say I appreciate the way she responded, but I also wanted for some advice to parents out there, and I think I've said it before on this platform, but you can't hate situations out of people just because you don't like it. You berating them and you know what I'm saying, exiling them, and that doesn't do anything to change the situation. You have to love people through their process. It's really that simple. You go have if my
Greg, are
kids
you good?
Yeah, if my kids ever were to come in and that was their situation, that's the furthest thing from my mind is to say that you're a contamination.
Right.
Even though I don't agree with it. I'm never going to agree with it. That's just my position in life.
Right.
You have to face your demons when you face them. Just like I have to face mine. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think Melvin made and some other people on here made great comparisons to your sin may not be homosexuality, but your sin could be, over intoxication. Your sin could be gluttony. Your sin could, be sex out of wedlock. When you get up there, the book doesn't say your sin only equates to this much. A sin is a sin. So be careful how you judge people while you out here, and take a look in your mirror and see what your issue is.
Right. I agree.
That's what I think about it.
What's up, Greg? Before we get to you, long time no see, cuz. How you doing?
Reverend Do Right. What's going on, brother?
But before we go, before we get into any more further comments, I mean, I do have the response. It's a 2-minute response, so just bear with me because I think it's powerful in the testimony, and we can touch on that. And hopefully, we can try to bridge the gap or bridge the discord between a kid or an adult in that situation. Because I think once Boosie saw that, he saw this, he was like, "Oh," and I think it finally registered to him. So here goes the clip.
I just seen he recently did an interview with Carisha, and he used the word contaminating. And putting my siblings in it with that. If you know me, this shit make me so mad. If you know me, I love and respect my siblings with everything in me. And they respect me and love me with everything in them. When you getting on their nerves, I'm who they call. My siblings, most of my siblings, teenagers. Teenagers you don't want to let grow up. But okay. Another thing. You keep speaking on me gay. You keep doing interviews and I don't say nothing, right? The first ever interview you did, you said you found out I was gay, that I like girls and I had a girlfriend from a picture that went viral. That was a lie. I let that slide. I never addressed it. You found out I was gay a year before that. The incident happened in Jamaica when I was a gay B-word, when you called me a gay B-word. So if the world really knew all the things and the hurtful things you told me before and I forgave you, you wouldn't even understand. And no matter how you feel, at the end of the day, nigga, I'm your blood. I am your daughter.
So I chose to end it there because it's powerful what she said.
That was painful.
It was painful. I felt
It's very, very, very painful, but I chose it to be a teaching moment. Because again, so I'm not going to sit there and negate any way that Boosie's feeling about how he feels about homosexuality or whatever. However you feel about that, that's fine. You're entitled to that. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, that child that came out of your loins, is your blood. And whether you agree or disagree, the one thing that does not change, the fact that does not change, is that is your blood. That is your baby. So, I think when he's seen that, because he went back and he apologized. I don't have a clip of him like verbalizing his apology. But I think when he's seen that, he was like, "Oh, my baby, I'm here if you want to talk with me, whatever." I think he finally registered like this is still his daughter. So whatever it is, she was hurting in that moment. And you cannot deny, that's your child, Boosie. She looked just like you. Like,
and she sound like them.
And she sound like you. That is your child. Like, think you just spit her out. But at the end of the day, you may not agree. So you can agree to disagree. And that is the thing about this whole platform of what we created is that hey, we can agree to disagree, but we can coexist. You may not like her lifestyle, but you can still coexist. This is still your child. And that is the thing about unconditional love. And I think once he's seen that, he realized like, man, I think he realized deep down that he was a shitty person because whatever his beliefs was, at the end of the day, this was someone that he seen birth, and he looked at like, oh, this is my baby right here, and I caused her this pain. And like Teach said, you never know how that child may internalize or process that to where they may try to inflict harm upon themselves. So this is a teaching moment. So Bootsy, if you're watching, I'm not trying to degrade you or call you anything else because I understand and I get it. But this is a teaching moment for you, and maybe this is a teaching moment for some of the kids out there to understand. Like your parents may not necessarily agree; they don't have to agree, and it's okay. But the one thing that has to be a common denominator is respect.
Dear brother Greg, what you got for us, brother?
Fuck Boosie.
Damn. Rude.
Say what you think.
Greg.
What do you want me to say?
Rude.
Hey, Greg.
That is a subject, boy. That's the issue. I can't even begin to fathom on how would you deal with your child that's going a different route in life. That would be hard for me because I've had such a strict upbringing, and this is the way things are, and having to have my kid go a different direction, I would literally have to pray on it and seek God's help on how I should go about it. I wouldn't give up on my kid, but it would be hard for me.
And this is why we're here. It's a real conversation. That's why I wanted to have it because, some people may not agree, and it's okay. It's okay. However you want to feel about it, it's okay. Whether you're on the pro or you're on the disapprove of it, it's okay. But the thing about it is that you hold on, Melvin. And the thing is that you have to learn to agree to disagree. It's a matter of respect. If you learn the level of respect, that's how you coexist. Because at the end of the day, if you're taking that same feeling that you have, like, well, I don't approve, but if you look at it in the hindsight, this is the same child that you would take a bullet for. So imagine somebody with a different level of disagreements that wants to cause harm to this child. You know what I'm saying? Would you step in and defend your child, or would you let them take the punishment or take whatever type it is abuse from this other person because they don't agree with their lifestyle or they think that it's this, and that? You know what I'm saying? You have to put yourself in those shoes.
And from a Christian perspective, whether your lifestyle was against the Bible or not, you still love it. You still love it. He didn't say they were a contamination.
Mic drop.
My only thing is Boosie didn't learn nothing, and he ain't gonna learn nothing because that's just who he is. The reason
we can't judge.
Well, think about it. What she said, she put him on blast. They had this conversation a year and a half ago. He cared. It's about ego. He didn't want other people to know that she was gay, so because he was going to be embarrassed. And that's now probably after she came out and said all that. And we're all, even if we're on the different spectrum, we're like, damn, how can you hurt your daughter like that? Who's on Boosie's side? We're all saying, why would you hurt your child like that? Regardless of how you feel. Why would you come out and attack her like that? And it's his ego.
Once again, let me issue some grace. It's easy to pass judgment as we look upon people go through some of the worst things in their life on a screen, right? But let's put it in. I'm trying to put it in an aspect that everybody can relate to. So I have adult children, right? And it is easy to, as Melvin says, use my ego to impose my will upon them, right? It's easy to say, well, I'm your father and you just have to listen to me. I'm your mother. I know what's best for you, so you just have to listen to me, right? And can we all agree that we've heard that at some point of our lives coming up? It may not have been to the severity that we're watching Bootsy through in this lens, but we've all been a victim of that type of chastisement. I'll put it in that way because we felt, or our parents felt, that they were doing the best thing possible for us in that time. So I don't want to sit up here and beat up on a man that can correct his actions and learn from his mistakes because we should all have that opportunity. So to just extend some grace to the brother in regards to not calling him a piece of shit or whatever. He's made a whole lot of bad decisions, and so have I. That's what I can.
So have I.
They may not have been in front of the world to see. They may not have been, put on display for all of you guys to judge me in that capacity. But I didn't fucked up with dealing with my kids on several occasions as well. So that maybe that's why I feel the way I feel because, I'm at least open to hearing my kids out. And sometimes as a parent, it is best for you to just shut up sometimes. Yes, you could say what you want to say. And kids react emotionally and all of those wonderful things. But you being the elder in the situation, it's not always on you to speak. Sometimes you just have to hear them out, let that marinate. And even if you don't talk to them for a period of time, let them come back when they're ready to have that conversation and cooler heads prevail. That's just my advice. So I'll leave that there. I don't want this
My thing is,
beat up on Bootsy.
has he apologized? Has he apologized?
Yeah,
he put out an official apology.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
He
I
made
didn't see that one. Well, good.
Like I say, it's not a clip. I might try to share my screen, maybe. But yeah, he apologized.
But the thing is,
my thing is, go ahead, Mel.
No, go ahead. I speak too much. Go ahead,
Greg.
I grew up. Ed knows my dad. I grew up with a hard-nosed veteran sailor. My way or the highway. I'm always right. He never gave us, as a young kid growing up, a chance to speak. And if we did, he shut it down. So I understand that point of it's my way or the highway. I understand when he says if he chews them out or whatever. But I got to the point where I listen more to my son, my daughters, before I even speak.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I grew up in that era of it's my way or the highway.
It's very true. And the thing about it, and like again, this is a learning lesson. Like I told when me and Tish had to talk about this, I want this to be a teaching moment for everybody involved. Because for the kids that are wondering, well, why is my dad, why is my mom like this? Why do certain people don't? So you get a better understanding of where they come from and how they were raised. Because you have your parents or grandparents who came from a generation where, hey, you do as I say, what I say. This is a different type of era. You know what I'm saying? But then now what you have is you have some parents who are now understanding that this is a new generation. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things that may have been applicable to their lifestyle may be different.
Baby, you got it.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe different. I'm a little, but shut up. It's a serious moment.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's why I don't like Kanigas. You chigga boo you. But I mean, but this is something that, you know, again, they're relearning some of the things that, hey, I'm not going to say some of the old school way of thinking may be wrong, because I'm never going to necessarily say that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what built the character of what we have today. And I think some of the morals and some of the standards that we were grown to or we were seasoned with are lacking in today's kids' morals and their attributes themselves. But at the same time, we have to have a sense of understanding that this is a different era. You have a lot more kids who are sensitive, who may not necessarily process or handle things at the way that we process and handle things. And I think that's the learning tool, is that what some of these old heads are going to have to learn is that, hey, they are not us. You know what I'm saying? We are us, and we were made from a different cloth. But then we also got to realize and give them grace and be like, hey, they are not us either. They are their own individuals. It's going to be a whole nother thing that we're coming into. And there has to be a common ground of understanding. So therefore, there can be a level of respect. You know what I'm saying? So like T said, the last thing that we ever want to see, you know, I'm sensitive. I'm really big on kids. I know Jess is over here really big on kids. I don't want to see kids out there hurting themselves because of the simple fact, because they feel like they have no outlet, or because they feel like they're being chastised or demoralized, or they feel like, hey, I'm such a heathen, I'm going to hell. What is the purpose of living? So boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I may not agree in that, but at the same time, I don't want you to take your life. You know what I'm saying? And especially if that is their own flesh and blood. Love is supposed to be unconditional. Love is not something that you just say. Love is something that you do. So you're going to have to love these people, love these kids, regardless of whatever lifestyles and choices that they make. These are still your kids. And you know what I'm saying? And you can give them the lessons that you learned. You can give them some of the understanding that you got. But then you also got to give them the leeway to make their own mistakes and their own choices that may work for them.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you said that these kids are more sensitive. Is it that they're more sensitive, or we were taught to not show our emotions, or not to cry and not to do this?
That part. Thank you, T.
I think it's
because
both.
the sensitive human beings are sensitive. Period. It's a feeling.
I think it's both. To be honest, in my honest opinion, my honest opinion, I truly believe it's both. Because again, the simple fact of the matter is that you can say, hey, you look like a Cheerio. And it's over emotional. You know what I'm saying? So again, on my part, I shouldn't be so brash. I shouldn't be so harsh.
And see,
I should be a little bit more understanding.
Yeah,
but then at the same time, like I think we said in a few episodes on this podcast, like Quez said, when we were coming up, we were taught to have tough skin. Because again, with us, especially all of us being of color on this panel, we were taught that when you step out into this world, shit is not going to be handed to you easy. There are people who are going to perceive and look at you a certain type of way. You are black. So if we look at the negative connotations that come with being black, you're vile, you're evil, you're this, you're that, there's people who are not going to accept you for the simple basis of the color of your skin. So we were taught that way when we step out into this world, that if you're looking for sympathy, it's between the words of syphilis and shit. You know what I'm saying? In the dictionary. And we were taught to have tough skin.
But also, too, I see it as, and might be from my psychology standpoint, but being tough-skinned is not actually normally a good thing, because you're hiding emotions. And we all are emotional beings. That's regardless of what race, whatever we're born at, we're all emotional beings. And sometimes emotions get hidden because you done taught your child, or you taught the person that, okay, my biggest pet peeve is, oh my God, you're oversensitive. Oh, you're doing this. I hate that, because if I'm expressing to you how I feel, and if it's to a point where I have to show my sensitivity, it shouldn't be oh, come on, Tish, you're just so sensitive, you need to cut that out. No, because to me, that's almost like a lack of you understanding where I'm coming from. You might not show your emotions that way, which is completely fine. But when you're telling me I'm being oversensitive, it's like you're disregarding my feelings. And that's when it's going to be
not validated with your feelings.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked,
empathy.
is it that we are they're extra sensitive now? Or is it that we're finally giving them a platform to be sensitive and share their emotions and be open with us, rather than holding on to stuff that we carry on with our adulthood that can affect our lives as adults? That's where my question was coming from.
I also think we're showing our children a lot more empathy. And when we were young, we had adult responsibilities, and we're not throwing adult responsibilities on our children right now. We're giving them responsibilities, but it's not like, you gonna babysit these 5 kids, you gonna pay the light bill, you gonna do this, you gonna do, because some of us had to do that shit.
Well,
and so
look, just to piggyback too with Tish, like, yes, I said that we were prepared for the onslaught of verbal war out in our atmosphere, but we did also grow up in a different time frame and era, and not to negate any of that, but to just drop the caveat, like there's a fine line between preparing your kids from the world and passing down your trauma and abuse. It's a very fine line, right?
Bar.
You know what I mean? It's hard to gauge it sometimes, because even I'm still guilty of it. You know what I mean? I have sons, and I have daughters as well. With my daughters, I'm not as mean or strict with them in terms of certain areas, but my sons, emotionally wise, sometimes I can go overboard too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, what the hell are you crying about? That ain't even nothing to cry about. Not understanding, like, maybe that is something for him to cry about. It may not be something I would cry about, but but listen, before we get to crying, let's talk this out. Taking that extra step before I just shut him down and kind of saying, like, well, bro, before you start crying, let's figure out what we could have did here before it became that overwhelming to where now you feel like you have to pour out. So let's talk about that portion of it. You know what I mean?
And if they are pouring out, that's still a conversation to be had. Why are you pouring out like this? What's going on with you?
I like that reflection that Quez is talking about, that self-reflection he's having. And that's why I said, like, Boosie doesn't have that, because I've seen as far back as 4 years ago him on Vlad TV talking about gay people, knowing damn well that his daughter was that way. You've done so many countless interviews knowing it's targeting and gonna hurt your child, knowing she's gonna see it. And it's like, most of that shit, you don't have to answer a question. You can be like, nah, I don't really want to talk
ignorance
about
is ignorance. Again, like I said, the one thing I can speak of, you can speak of, Wes can speak of, when you see a child, especially a child that you birthed, crying on social media like that, at that point I understood where he was coming from, and he didn't give a. Boosie does not give a damn about what you think. You can say F Boosie all you want 100 million times. You know what I'm saying? He don't care whether you agree with him or not. The minute that he saw that his daughter was up there and crying and in pain, I think as a father, he's like, yo, I effed up. And that is the one thing that we can give leeway to, is that even as parents, we may F up. We may not always make the best choices. It's a learning process for all of us. We're not perfect. And, you know what I'm saying? And I think at that moment, he had a realization like, yo, this is still my baby. He went and he apologized. And he understood, like, hey, there may have been some damage done. I hope that you can forgive me and maybe we could talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing a bit, but that's essentially what he said. He knew that maybe she may not want to talk with him at this one point in time. Maybe damage has been done.
That's why I said it was ego, because he was just talking.
Agree.
Well, where was that coming from then? He was just talking out there.
I think it's easy to talk that shit when them dogs ain't in your yard, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Truth be told, like as a parent, and you know this, Melvin, and you know what I mean. Just let's be transparent. There's some things we could say on here, in regards to how we react in life and do things that we may not necessarily think may affect our children, and we could continue to have those perceived notions, but some hit a little different when your kids come back and say, well, damn, bro, like that one hurt. You know what I mean? Like that one, I know I'm your kid and you built me to be tough and all that type of stuff. And I've been trying to do that. But, since we don't have an open line of communication, I got to take my communication to social media to express how bad you hurt me because we can't really talk like that. That's a different feeling. You know what I mean?
But I understand. I understand that part.
Maybe
right there.
Maybe that's what it took for him to recognize like he was being a shitty individual.
But I understand that part, Quiz. But it's like you and myself and others. We try to be the best version of ourselves because we're trying we want our kids to emulate that. He's not doing that. I watched so many with him smoking blunts at parties with strippers. The incident with his stripper.
So
he's not lit.
He ain't trying to do what we do.
And so then that's my point. You can't be like, oh well, he's a foul person. No, this motherfucker. I'm trying to find some redeemable quality in Boosie. Just because he said, okay, I made a boo boo. I'm like,
you had start,
and maybe that's the starting point. Because I don't put anybody beyond change. Because I wasn't always the person I am today. So I don't put no one behind, that they just cannot change. And I don't know because she looks like the person, okay, that she looked like she would whoop a person's ass at the drop of a dime. Like she looked like she don't need no type of nothing. But to hear the pain in her voice, I'm telling you, I felt every syllable, everything that she felt that she was saying hit my heart. So who knows that there might have been a small little spot in his heart that was like, damn, this is my child and I messed up. So I'm gonna
wait. So wait.
This kid was getting
Wait. All right. So here goes Boosie. This is what he said. I said some things, and I know I said some things, and I didn't know it'll hurt you. Yo, daddy, truly sorry, and I hope you can forgive me. Live in your truth, and just know that you will always be my baby, no matter what. 100. Accept my public apology. Daddy could have said it in a better way. You're my baby, and you will always be that. Hope we can talk. Those are direct things from Bootsy.
Okay, that don't change that he has too much hate in his heart.
That's
I'm
BS.
That's
total BS. That's total BS. No.
I hope I got to meet neither one of y'all at the gate.
No.
I'm not gonna meet at the gate.
Let Greg share why he thinks it's
yes.
I ain't be at no gate.
If you are 100% sorry, you don't need to go on social media to do it. You need to go to that person direct. If you have odds with anybody, you go to that person direct. You don't need social. That's why I say social media is more of a crutch for a lot of people than anything.
But Greg,
and I get where you're coming from, but he went to social media. But he went to social media and said that he don't want her to contaminate his other children.
But
he went to social media and had that interview. So, and apparently, if I'm not mistaken, they're really not on talking terms because they've had this done before. So, if that was his way to give her a public apology because he publicly pretty much made her look a certain way,
she don't fuck with him no more.
He has to give apology. However, he gives his apology.
Listen, Greg, I know, Greg, sir, I know you know. Don't get up here and play that holier than thou, Greg.
I'm not saying holier than thou.
Hold on.
But it's BS.
Hold on. One at a time.
The type of person that I am, if you disrespect me in public, I'm gonna need you to fix it in public. That's just like let's be 100 about it. If somebody disrespect you in front of all the employees at your job, you ain't gonna your apology is not gonna be, hey, come on, let me talk to you in the office. Look, Greg, I'm sorry I had to do that in front of everybody. But I didn't mean it like that. No, I need you to say that in front of everybody you just did it in front of. because I need them to
Come to
understand
me
also
first.
that this is not acceptable. I need everybody to know that this is not acceptable. And
so
the
Greg,
things he did were out of pocket. I need everybody to know that. Then we can go in the room. And
so
talk.
yeah, Greg, I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying, Greg. But sometimes your apology needs to be as loud as your disrespect, and that's what he was essentially doing. So I give you're not wrong on where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, too, I mean, at this point, there may be irreparable damage done to where he can't necessarily get to his daughter to talk. So he has to make that as loud as possible because the same way that he disrespected her is the same way that he needed to apologize.
So my thing is,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
My thing is, what
And
good
then just real
quality are
quick-
we talking about Boosie has?
Real
So
quick, y'all,
far,
because we're gonna have to wrap this up soon. So
okay. My thing is, what redeemable qualities are we talking about Boosie having? That all I hear about is hate. Him having a stripper or a prostitute.
he don't give a damn about what you think.
But it doesn't matter what I think. Hate is hate. It doesn't matter that there's a definition.
And he apologized
for
to his daughter. So whatever
don't-
needs to be
I
done
don't care
between him
about
and his daughter is between him and his daughter. It
once
doesn't matter
once he
necessarily
once
to
he
you.
put it on social media, that
It becomes
becomes the
public
world.
opinion. I get
so yes, it becomes that becomes the world's opinion.
Right.
So if white people go on there and say, "Well, I said N-word this and N-word that," we're gonna take it in-house in my family. No, you're gonna be like, "No, that racist ass bitch." Da 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 da.
Word.
So
word,
you
word.
can't now then
Okay.
be like, "Oh,
So I got you. I don't mean to cut you off, but we only
I
got a
get
little bit more time.
I
Go
know,
ahead,
go
Greg.
ahead.
Real quick.
The world today is full of compromise, and communication is lacking on so many levels.
Mm-hmm.
And until we can get that communication up to a level to where we can touch the hearts of everybody, you're going to have a whole bunch of mess like this on social media.
Word. That's cool. All right, so I had one more topic that was going to be a good one, but apparently we ran out of time because this has been a passionate one, and I'm glad. So, but before we go, I just wanted to go ahead and give some love to Tish. Tish, again, I asked you. I need some pictures. I need some stuff so I can make a
I'm
video.
busy. I'll send you them
so,
when I
but,
get a chance.
so, hello, business women. Please share your business website, Facebook link page below with a brief description. Also, Tish does notary. It was notoriety. So make sure you get. Hey, I'm a little tired and I'm a little. I don't give a fuck, whatever. So I wanted to make an ad for her, but I didn't get the proper stuff I needed. But hey, hit her up if you need a mobile notary. You know what I'm saying?
Or mobile live stand.
I saw you on social media speaking about something. I just caught the tail end of it. You were speaking on something positive.
We will get to. He always speaks positive, sir.
Who that? Me?
So,
yeah, you.
Let me act surprised.
You had a suit and everything on. I was like, look at Chris.
Word.
You sure it was me?
So one of the topics I wanted to get into was this right here.
I heard you've been even out there talking about marriage, Karen. What's that about? I mean, I just happened to notice that.
You know what? You told me a quote that your mother said, "A man knows what he wants." And I was saying my true feelings about, listen, Jennifer is the person, if I should be married, it will be to Jennifer Kate Hudson.
I call bullshit because again, he's a celebrity. He has the money. He can make that happen. He could have proposed right then and there. He could have proposed right then and there, but he didn't. But again, that's a deeper conversation for another time. We ran out of time. I try to keep it underneath at least 2 hours.
We got to pull it.
It definitely has to be next week because I definitely want to touch him on that.
BS.
Because
he's a serial dater.
I call BS because again, if you really want to marry that woman, especially in a position that Common is in, and I love Common. Common is a dope rapper. But bro, you got the money, you got the accolade, you can make that. If you wanted to have a wedding tomorrow, you have the money and the means to do it tomorrow. Us common folk got to save up just to have a common wedding.
No,
you could have did that.
Listen, sir, none of you have to do that. I don't want to hear that as no scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? Me and the queen went to the courthouse on our lunch break and got married and went right back to work. Didn't tell nobody, didn't do shit.
Hey, when I get married, I want to be a partner.
When you know that's your person, all that theatrical shit doesn't matter. So don't,
All right,
don't
toothpick.
use that as the scapegoat. Yeah. So
Toothpick.
bring that back this week. I got some
Toothpick.
y'all ass. You know what I'm saying?
Toothpick. We coming back for that ass. Next week, we gonna talk
City
about
Hall
that.
and got married.
We gonna talk about it next week.
That's
Hey, so for those who came through, I appreciate you. Thank you for dropping in. We're dropping your 3 cents. Thank you for contributing. For anybody who commented on Facebook and YouTube, you are contributors. We thank you. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button on both Facebook and YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hit the notification. Again, sincerely from the bottom of my heart, we want to thank you for participating. We want to thank you for sharing and supporting everybody. We love you. We'll be here again next. Hold on, somebody. I hear some background. Who's Melvin? Come on, man. We gotta do better.
That was my son was saying, "Are you famous?" And he wanted to know how many subscribers you had. He was like, "Is he famous?"
Well, let me brag. What's up, nephew? What's up, nephew? What's up, nephew? Hold up, nephew. Let me talk to you real quick. So yeah, so Third Degree on my YouTube, I have 10,000 subscribers.
10,000.
You know what I'm saying? There's like 5 million or near 5 million some views on my YouTube. If you're talking about my record sales, I'm over at 100,000, you know, saying units sold. So you know what I'm saying, I'm famous on I'm famous on the internet streets.
So basically, Malcolm, basically, don't nobody know him. It's okay.
His eyes were like 100,000, 5 million. He's like, is he famous? Is he famous? I'm like,
100,000 units.
I'm not famous, but there's a little famous.
I'm famous to myself.
Well, no. See, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I believe that a man is only as rich as his friends. And at the end of the day, my friends came out here and supported me. And, you know, because of this vision that we've created, this platform that I created, I help make them influencers and content creators. So whatever views that I'm getting on my page, they're getting too. They're getting looks. So if you're talking about like 1 million some views, there's 1 million people who are looking and seeing Tisha, seeing the Quezes, seeing the Melvins, seeing the D's, seeing the Jets, seeing the 1 million some views. So you know what I'm saying, even if it's 100,000, you know what I'm saying, people are coming in and tuning into the content. So
I lift Ashley to 100,000 people.
I help put my friends on a platform. And again, if I eat, I want us all to eat. That's been my whole mission with this whole platform. So again, I want to thank you guys. Love you. If you want my music, go to kingthird.com. If you want to check out if you want to get the merch, go to kingthird.com. We will check you guys and we'll see you next week. We're going to talk about this whole marriage stuff. So
it was good to see you, LT. It was good to see you, D. I appreciate you guys coming.